Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to this live trading webinar. Today is Thursday. It's Thanksgiving Day in the USA. So, really, markets, looks like they're gonna slow down. But beside that, Mr. Darshan, pound really up. Yes, and I remember you hold some positions there, so well done. Great call. So, guys, with the dollar moving lower, then pound can advance, euro can advance, Aussie can advance against the dollar, as we explained so many times. Hello to those who join us through the YouTube as well. And so, hi guys, how is trading going? Plus, please give me a heads up how it's what's happening within your trading this week. I hope you had a good trade so far. Please make sure you engage yourself with the weekly podcast. At some point, I would like those people who download them and listen to them constantly to give me some feedback. You can send me some email, or if you are participating from Zoom, you can leave some feedback at the end, especially about the podcast, because I would like to see how do you find them, if you find them useful, if something you believe I should mention to help you better, please kindly let me know. So, as I mentioned on the podcast about the last night's event, so we saw, and also for Wednesday, we saw on the markets about the Kiwi, and we're gonna analyze them in a while. So the next one, mobile application. Please make sure you download your Admirals mobile app. And just to understand that this content is for general information and it doesn't intend to give any personal or financial business advice to anyone. Okay. So purely the market analysis we do is based on my experience and based on the way I trade. So that's what I explain. As we said, today it's Thanksgiving Day. Not many things. Of course, no news events in the US, events that they can create some direction in the market. For those who are new, allow me to share the podcast website where you can find them. You can either listen them from here, or you can scroll down and just download them on the application you want. Today's top headlines: Euro fails to reach agreement on G7's price cap for Russian oil. That's not very good. Fed minutes last night show most officials favored slowing rate rises soon. Last time they increased it by 0.75 percentage points to battle with a high inflation, but this time they most likely going to slow down. So Darshan asked why you have no idea why USD is down. They were the leaders in stepping up interest rates, and since the Russia invasion, USD was so strong. Yes, Darshan, but last night, Fed minutes, in the Fed minutes, they most likely, now they're giving us a clue of what they're going to do next. And they are saying that most likely they're going to slow down the pace of interest rate increases. So when a country does not increases interest rate, it doesn't make their currency that attractive to the public, to the investors. So they prefer to invest in other countries. For example, now New Zealand has 4 point something interest rates, percentage. So That's brilliant for people. They want to, they have millions, hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, and they want to receive interest. So they're going to just go to again, a solid economy, strong economy like New Zealand as well, and they're going to get benefit by the interest rates. That's how it goes. So in the market, and as we know, market discounts everything. So all the fundamentals, they appear on the price data, recognize the chart patterns. Then Prote, crypto firms empty pledge to remain finance. Okay, Gujit's creative chief to step down. Hackers temporarily take down European Parliament website. Amazon can't get Peloton back in the black. And FTX hires ex-regulators to investigate firms collapse. Let's just go to our chart. Sorry, allow me to change. So, pound US dollar, it's skyrocketing. Darshan asks why this is happening. First, let's go to our leading indicator, the US dollar index. So what do we see here? We said that these two previous lows can act as resistance when the market will push to the upside, right? And we marked our resistance line here. What did the market do? The market push to the upside came here. We expected to see more follow through and retested these levels here. This steep retracement, the market didn't came all the way. It stopped at this resistance. We don't know at which resistance area the market will decide to stop, right? So we just need to wait. That's why many times we say if there is an uncertain and on very shallow retracements, we better wait for these price actions, because if the price really comes all the way here, it looks like that here there are few components that they make this very strong resistance. The first one is this previous lows. So the second one is fib retracement, about 50% of the entire move. The third one is that this candle here, it's a long candle, and around the middle of this candle, usually we see resistance. So there are many factors that they can come together in one area. So lots of interest from traders and investors to enter short from this area here. So we didn't have the market come and retest this area. So now we just wait. This retest here showed that it held this resistance. Spot on, David, with an inside bearish bar at resistance, definitely. So when we go to the pound, euro, Aussie against the dollar, then this make it a good opportunity to buy the euro, to buy the pound, to buy the Aussie, because the US dollar is down. Does it make sense, guys? Rocky, can you please... What do you mean nifty? Sorry, can you just explain me? Are you talking about a currency pair, an indice? It's a short terminology that maybe I don't understand. Can you please explain? Because you asked me about this yesterday as well, and I don't want to leave questions unanswered. So please make sure, what do you mean by nifty, N-I-F-T-Y? So Right now, the price is touching this 200 moving average, recently acted as support. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Active as support here. So we're going to wait before we do something. Maybe we're going to see some more push to the upside, some reaction from here. Who knows? A clear move was this one yesterday, as we predicted. And we said about trading opportunities on the majors, especially on the New Zealand US dollar. Darshan, NSE 50. Okay, so thank you so much. So let's move on. DAX 40, European index. The market is trying to push all the way to the upside, so we will see what's going to happen. Thank you, Darshan. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So, FTSE 100, yesterday we had this small reaction here. Remember, guys, that we are at this area of resistance, yeah, and the market entered this whole area. So in this area here, we can see much of trading activity, especially if we don't see the buyers with momentum to break this level. Because that's a very, very obvious level in the chart. Sometimes when we have two important levels like this one and that one here, the market, it's just going gradually and it doesn't push with too much volume. Okay, that's this from the, I will say, rare occasions, but they can happen. And in my opinion here, it's a big dangerous area to keep trying to push to the upside, especially yesterday we didn't come with too much force. Okay, sometimes we don't need to have answers for everything happens in the chart. And trust me, guys, there are quite many times when we get in front of kind of an uncertain information in the chart, and we try to push ourselves to do something, but really we don't need to. There are other opportunities. There are lots of trading days, and it's not because we have the mood today to trade necessarily we have to force the market or to force ourselves to perceive unclarity in the market in a way it will make us feel well to take trades. Does it make sense, at least to some people? Dow Jones 30, we clearly take profit here. We are on this resistance. If the market is going to break to the upside more, let it be. We're going to keep looking for buys. Remember, from this point onwards, we were buyers. And after this one as well, some people, they do the technique I taught you in an uptrend or in a downtrend. But let's see this example. In an uptrend, a long produced bullish candle, especially with no tail at all, like this one here, or minimal tail. Most of the times it will retrace around 50% of its move because before it continues. And what traders do, they just use fib retracement tool. They place buy limit orders here where I show you with a cross, and they place stop loss below here. So here is the entry on the 50%, here is the stop, and they try to make 2-1. In this occasion it was almost 2-1. Okay, now I don't know if the market is going to keep moving, but look, from a technical analysis perspective, if the market, if the US dollar, it's going to keep moving down, because now US dollar, it's on this 200 moving average. If it's going to clean the 200 moving average, and if it's going to follow through, then we can see a breakout of the Dow Jones. Okay. You just need to understand that there is an indicator like the dollar index that can lead us to many trading decisions and can help us to understand where good breakouts can occur. For example, this breakout here can occur, but we have a big obstacle on the dollar index, because this 200 moving average, usually it's been respected by the market. Like we saw this happening here. Maybe today it can be respected as well, and the dollar is going to push to the upside. So if the dollar is going to push to the upside, we do expect the Dow Jones to push to the downside. Okay, so you need to understand that if you're going to play this breakout, your stop loss has to be somewhere that it has enough room for the price, if it's going to retrace, not to hand your stop and then it's going to push upwards. Nasdaq 100, here is that bullish engulfing printed 2 days ago. Yesterday, the market followed through. We still have some room to move to the upside. So that's a good one, even for, I wouldn't say something too much for intraday today. Or if you're going to do intraday trading today, just be mindful that it's Thanksgiving's Day in the US, so the stock market is closed. And there is not going to be that much of volatility in the market. Maybe also liquidity won't be that good during the New York session, so spreads may be going to be widened. S&P 500 also clear. This obstacle here, it's not something major in my opinion, especially if you are doing swing trading. I wouldn't see that as a threat to get out of positions. So in my opinion, if we hold some positions here on the Nasdaq, on the S&P, sorry, we can still hold them. But guys, remember, we don't get into the 5-minute charts, and we expect to hold trades like we hold them on the daily charts, okay? Don't misunderstand my words. Please. So let's leave it now to the currency pairs. Pound to the upside, definitely. We had this inside bar yesterday, 2 days ago, sorry, it played quite well. The strong level of resistance, it's this one here. So we're going to wait for the market to come here. Now, maybe it can come to a straight line or in a bullish candle. Maybe it can come to 3 different candles, or maybe it can retrace a little bit back and then it's going to shoot to the upside. Everything depends how the dollar index will react. The euro didn't follow through that much because we have this very, very strong support here, very strong resistance. We do expect, though, to see more to the upside, but it looks like it's a bit weak. And especially from the fundamentals, the headlines we read earlier that they state they didn't manage to come to an agreement. It doesn't give me that confidence to trade the euro to the upside. The USD against the Swiss franc, you see, guys, very similar picture with the dollar index. The dollar index pushed to the down, so the euro against the CHF. Then the dollar index gave some retracement to the upside, some correction. We found some resistance on the dollar index. And then you're going to ask me, okay, here, where is resistance? And that's great question. There is no obvious resistance here. So why did the sellers, they stepped in? Another great question. Because the leading indicator is the dollar index, not the currency pair we are watching to trade or we analyzing. We do our analysis on the dollar index, so we know how to analyze the major pairs. Guys, this is really important. That's it's not by accident I'm analyzing the dollar index. I do the analysis on the dollar index because the dollar index is the leading indicator for the currency markets, especially the majors. And if we understand what's happening with the dollar index, if we see some reversal, continuation, signal patterns we recognize, then we go to the currency pairs and we try to find the currency pair that it has the better structure to match with the dollar index. Guys, is this clear? Please type something on the chat box below and let me know. As you have to understand that this webinar, it's for you. It's your webinar. It's for your benefit. And when I ask some questions, if you don't answer these questions, I don't know how can I help you more with your trading. Honestly, when I ask, do you understand this? If you don't understand something, like few people, they were saying constantly that I don't understand the currency correlation. I don't understand the currency correlation because I'm talking a lot about the currency correlation. And when people, they say, I don't understand it, every time we were coming in front of currency correlation analysis in the currency market, I was re-explain until one day, yep, they told me I got it, I understand it. But if you don't express where you struggle in the trading, then I'm not going to be able to help you. Okay, that's simple. So by all means, there's no obligation for anyone to type anything on the chat. Maybe you are in your car, maybe you are doing some activities, maybe you do something else. So by all means, there is no obligation for nothing. It's just I would like to know if you have the chance to say something. That will be great. Let's move on. Australian dollar against the US dollar. We had this break above these obstacles here. We still do expect to see some push to the upside, but the clearest is the Kiwi for two reasons. If you have listened to the podcast since Monday, you could know that yesterday, early morning, we had the Reserve Bank of New Zealand announcing their interest rates, and on the podcast, I gave you 3 pairs to watch. I didn't just explain the news. You know what the news are. I try to explain as traders, how can you use this news? That's what the podcasts are. And that's why every single day I put that information in front of you. Please make sure you engage. Please make sure you engage. I said that if the Kiwi, it's going to increase the interest, if in the New Zealand, they will increase the interest rates. Most likely, we're going to see a strong Kiwi because they've been since 2008, I think, to increase the interest rate that much. It's been more than 10 years. So what can we do expect? We saw that Euro Kiwi, we're going to see the chart in a while. We saw that Euro against the New Zealand. Where is Euro against the New Zealand? It's not here. So here, Euro against the New Zealand, it's in a downtrend. And we said that if the interest rates, they're going to increase in New Zealand, we can see more follow through here. And here, I think it was on the 1 hour, there were some nice opportunities, like this pin bar here, like this one here. There were some nice opportunities here. The other one I mentioned, it was if the Kiwi is gonna get strengthened, we will see the Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, the Aussie New Zealand to the downside. We keep trying to find entries on the lower time frame. And then I said about the New Zealand Canadian dollar that most likely it's going to explode. Why? Because Canadian dollar, on my analysis, it was very weak. So it's I try to help you to understand how can you think in trading, because you will know, you will validate better some information. Okay. So USD against the CAD, the weekly chart shows that USD is in an uptrend here. The daily shows that Canadian dollar, the daily shows that the US dollar, it's trying to do this minor retracement. But again, if the US dollar is going to be weakened, then we can see some follow through as well to the US dollar against the CAD. Japanese yen looks like wants to get some dominance finally in the market. It's been since February this year that the Japanese yen is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper to investors. So the Bank of Japan, they would like to bring some stability in their currency. If we're going to break below this low here, I see the Japanese yen comes and retest all this area here. So we're going to have a fairly nice room to move, and we're going to have a lot of trading opportunities. Okay, so if US dollar is going to get weak and we're going to create a new low, then definitely we're going to have a nice structure here. This has no opportunities so far. Very sideways, the euro against the Oz. Aussie against the CAD, we said that we would like to see the market come and retest this area here. The market didn't come to retest this area of support. And from this inside candle here, excuse me for a second, let's zoom in. For this inside candle here, then we saw the explosion yesterday. And I didn't get into this one, so that's okay. Bearish engulfing here on the euro against the pound. We'll see what's the direction. Now it's just trendless, ladies and gents. Gold, great opportunity came yesterday. You see, guys, how technical analysis can give you a very good, simple analysis. Higher highs, higher lows. See, we talked about this one here. Market make higher high. Yesterday retested here. Put a bullish engulfing. Weak dollar can help the gold to push to the upside. Right, this is a bullish engulfing. That's the trading signals I trade. So this one here, it's one of my best. And for today, I'm going to look during this session, I'm going to look to find some intraday opportunities to participate to the upside. So we have this structured here, higher highs and higher lows on the 5-minute chart on the gold, and I will try to find some opportunities to buy it for intraday trading. Crude oil, we have this pin bar here. Market is retracing 50% of this pin bar. It's a double bottom formation on the weekly, double bottom again. So we can see some push to the upside here. That's Bitcoin. So far, nothing. We didn't receive the retracement on the euro against the Canadian dollar. The retracement we would like to see. Now the market is pushed to the upside, so I move my FIB. Maybe the market is going to come all the way here, and then they're going to retrace so they can get the 50% exactly on this last swing. So I'm going to just keep moving my FIB until I see a deep retracement and the market comes somewhere that I can buy if I will have that opportunity by that time. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today. So the focus is on the dollar. Again, it's the Thanksgiving's Day for the USA. Not much volatility during the New York session. Opportunities, in my opinion, they will arise only around the London session. Okay, so until, let's say, 1, 2 p.m., 3 p.m. GMT time. So let's hope that we're going to get some good intraday signals on the gold, on the Kiwi. And I will see you tomorrow again at the same time. Thank you so much for your participation, and happy trading, everyone. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.